Hey you guys, welcome back to the final installment of this wonderful series where I am bringing commentary on Happier Than Ever, the new album by Billie Eilish. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about Your Power, NDA, TIA, and HTE. People are like, what's that? Well, therefore I am and Happier Than Ever. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Renaissance Marie Austin. I am certified in commercial music and music production through Avid learning schools, and I have my degree in fine arts, applied music, and vocal performance. I am actually not going to talk about Your Power in this video because I already have a video in which I have fully analyzed the music video and the lyrics on another channel, and I will link that video in the description as well. I call these 4 songs the 4 commandments. Okay, here's why. You go from Your Power, which is the abuse of power, to NDA, where I feel like, again, I say our character, or I can say Billie, is like, okay, I was abused by power, but now I'm about to show you how I use my power. Everyone knows, or if you don't know, like an NDA is a non-disclosure agreement. It's basically keep your mouth shut. So I feel like NDA is flipping the script. She's showing her authority in this song. We're talking about contracts. We're talking about life and career. There's opinions. There's love. There's free thought. In Therefore I Am, there's references to media and press. Most of this video will be about Happier Than Ever. I think the song is amazing. So at the end of the day, NDA, listen, the limousine, like that's like flossing, right? She's like, look, I'm not using my money to floss. I'm using my money for security because I have a stalker. That's how powerful I am. Bought a secret house when I was 17. Yep, I could do that. That's my power. That's my authority. Not many people can do that. What else? And it's almost this feeling like dominion over him. Oof. The music is so fire. When we get to this chorus part, you couldn't save me, but you can't let me go. Everything circles back to this very strong relationship that she's had. I can crave it, but you don't need to know. So this is withholding, not giving in. So again, for me, this is showing the use of power and the use of authority. Yeah, I mean, just thoughts. I feel like this is another journal entry type thing. Like this is what comes with being a public figure. When I listened to that, I thought about, I didn't change my number. It's kind of like, this is some of the things that make the album very cohesive. The reference, like the lyrics, even referencing other lyrics in other songs that like bring it all together. So at least I gave him something he can cry about. Okay, Billie. So in that section, I always thought this was interesting. So again, I feel like this is circling back. This is dealing with the emotions of a relationship once again. What I always think about in this section is how good the lovemaking was, like how good the sex was, maybe. Because ultimately she's saying, but did I take it too far? Now I know what you are. You hit me so hard I saw stars. And this is a soul tie, like for me, and oftentimes it really comes with being so compatible with someone, like even in in the realm of intimacy, so compatible, so connected, that it's really difficult to break loose from that. And so I feel like you hit me so hard. I saw stars. Like, I think of those cartoons, like when they get like knocked down and then you see like the little birds, like birds and stars flying around their heads. This person overwhelmed her. I think emotionally and sexually. The deepest pull where you're gonna find that is in the strong emotional and sexual connection. That's where you're gonna find what are stars. Stars are in the galaxy. They're in the sky. He took her there. He took her there all the way. He took her to the universe. That is where it's dark. That is where the stars are. So that's what I feel about NDA, about that song. And it pretty much ends there. I'm not your friend. Love it. I always love an unending thread from one song to the next. You listen to Brandy's Full Moon, there is not a break whatsoever. It is a full-on common thread that just takes you to a whole nother place. I feel like sometimes when people make albums and they have like that second pause in between like each song, I just feel like it breaks the energy of the place where the album is supposed to take you. I love that, going from NDA to Therefore I Am. I'm just gonna play Therefore I Am is a bop. It hits. I'm gonna play this part. I think this is so dope. And it was really, really good acoustically too at the I think it was the Jingle Ball, the iHeart. It was around the holidays. I don't want press to put your name next to mine. We're on different lines, so I wanna be. She's so good with the harmony articles. She does a lot of whisper things as well. But yeah, this is a fun song. You guys have seen the video. It's on YouTube. It's a fun video. But yeah, the music especially really slaps. So I'm gonna go to Happier Than Ever. It almost feels like there's an irony here, right? Because it starts off happier than ever. I mean, that's the irony right there. Because first of all, in the music, we get something that feels so calm and loving and beautiful. And then the lyric says, when I'm away from you, I'm happier than ever. Normally, like throughout time, when people say, when I'm away from you, it makes me sad. I wish you were here. I wish you were close to me. This is normally what people would sing about when they're singing about a person that they love that's not in their presence at the moment. They usually miss them. This is a relationship that's not being fully reciprocated. You know, people do this a lot. Guys and gals do it, but they do it a lot. I mean, in her position, you want to be able to share private stuff with people, but dang, like, you don't even know if they're gonna keep their mouth shut. But sing, Billie. This song is beautifully written. It's beautifully written. Every word is the timing of each word and lined up with the beats. It's beautiful and it's clear. You know, the story is literally clear. Y'all. She flipped the script. This is where I hear the strength in her alto voice. She's so strong in this range. It's sort of like it's a speaking range. What else does my note say? I got that. Vocally superb. The vocal delivery is fire and strong. Billie ain't slick. She ain't slick. The girl is an octave up. Is she an alto? Is she a soprano? Y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all. Listen, there is a ballad or something coming where she is gonna blow us out of the water, and she gonna be up here in its range. But Billie, you ain't slick. I hear you up there. Do you hear that? Not you. Her tone. Oh my gosh. Her tone. The music drops for a freaking reason. Talk about everything. I could play that over and over. That's like 4+ harmonies, 5 harmonies. They're very. Hey. Talk about everything. Y'all gonna be like, girl, move to the next lyric. That talk about is everything for me. It really just shows how the skill that Billie has in stacking those harmonies, and the music drops out to fully highlight that. That hook is so conversational. It threads beautifully with hardly any breaks. This is a vent. What did I put in my notes? The way every word flows into each other is very conversational. I could imagine that the chorus was written from just probably like writing all of her thoughts out like in a paragraph, and it fits beautifully. The timing, the beats, everything, the flow, it fits beautifully. So get this. There is no more lyrics, right? It's all full-blown. I mean, all the musical elements are in. Here is where we have the guitar. It's pretty much singing. He's making the guitar sing and riff, and just, it is the interpretation of the dancing and the emotion, the music, the drums, the rhythm section is just hitting. It's just going. It's sometimes it's like how, I mean, it's the same thing we find in church. Well, I sing with like an inspirational group, and where we've done a House of Blues gospel brunch for years, although things have been shut down for a while and we're still waiting to hear about the brunch again. But it's that same thing when you get that musical break, like after a vamp, or like a worship period where the music just goes, and that's what it feels like. It feels like you're just reveling in that freedom, the freedom of the release of emotion, and it's just, oh, you're just in a good place. She's screaming in the background. She's screaming and she's dancing and she's in the rain. I would say normally in most religious and or spiritual cultures, water is cleansing. Let's just talk about the video for a second. This is where she fully displays, like this classic Hollywood theme that she's been giving us. Rotary phone with the spiral cord. She has like the cute hair, but what I love is that she's not like necessarily wearing something that's like super classic Hollywood. That is the connection of the past and the future. She's, got her sweats on, she has her shirt on, and she's on the phone, and she's in this room that's all pastel and it's all beautiful. It's a picture of a perfect home, but there is a crack. When there's a crack, there is a leak. And when the storm is outside and it's brewing, because initially that is the brewing, you get the leak and water begins to seep through, right? When it shows the little puddle of water starting to form on the floor, and she's busy on the phone talking to the person, and oftentimes we don't see the leaks, like, or when there's water damage until later, until the stains come. Like, it's like the home is represented of relationship and family, right? So she sees that the water is starting to wreak havoc on the electricity and the lights start to flicker. This is where she begins to notice something is not right. What's going on? What's causing the malfunction, right? She goes to the front door, opens the front door, something we say in church, the floodgates. And next thing you know, the water comes rushing in. This is the representation, I feel, of that moment. I had a moment like that, like in my 20s, where there was this memory. It's so, what, our brains are crazy. Our brains are crazy. The fact that I had a childhood memory that I didn't even remember. I literally did not remember until I was driving one day. And that memory hit me. It messed me all up. And I decided to tell my brother and a friend of mine. And in that night, let me just tell you, the way that she is screaming and dancing, and just the way that the water came flooding into the house was exactly the experience that I had. And let me tell you, I mentioned overeating in another video, in the male fantasy video. I didn't realize that even forgotten memories or compartmentalized memories, that was part of the reason why I was an emotional overeater. Because it was so crazy. I had the best cry ever, the best cry. And I slept so good. And then I woke up the next morning, and for some reason, that was the beginning of my, I would say, deliverance from overeating. In a night, in a snap, that it completely changed. It completely changed. I was a different person. And so I understand what this is about. I understand having those emotions literally rush your heart and rush your brain, overflood you and overtake you, right? But she makes it to the rooftop where there is a safe space. There's a safe space up there. And it's really about higher ground, right? Because when things flood, when there are floods, like we've seen in Katrina and other disasters throughout the world, right? What do we see the helicopter showing, or the video camera showing? People find safety on the rooftop, and they're able to be lifted up by a helicopter. So this is what I see in this video. But I love the part where she lays there and she's breathing, and she's smiling and she's laughing, and where initially you think, oh yeah, it's so ironic to be happier than ever, but this seems like such an angry song. It ends up not being an angry song, because you know what did I write? I put, my overall thought is that she does not really hate her ex. And I'm not going to be oh yeah, this song is about Q. Yes, I'm in a fandom. Yes, I know who Q is. This is relatable to anyone who's been in a relationship, who's had a breakup. And the song is also relatable to anyone who knows what it's like to come into full realization of past experiences when you reflect on them in hindsight. So I just think she needed to forgive herself for allowing herself to be treated that way, to be treated the way she did. And once she realized that she could start the healing process and move forward, pretty much learning from the past experience and not allowing it to happen again. Freedom, oh gosh, what did I type? Finding freedom is what makes you happier than ever. It's not that the experience was good. I'm pretty sure there were some highs and lows, some bitters and some sweets. But the happiness actually comes with the realization. It's actually a fulfillment of realization. It's actually a fulfillment of freedom. And that's what makes you happy, is that you got free. Not even necessarily free from the person, but free from your own, from your own strongholds, right? Imagine, okay, let me bring up, let's say an abusive relationship. I've never been in one personally. I've been kind of close to some people that have, but I've also seen topics of domestic violence in documentaries, right? The women always say, I was afraid to leave, or I couldn't leave. Here's the part where you're not free. Here's the part where you're not happier than ever. The fact that you cannot break away, that you cannot leave. You're afraid to leave. The fact that you stay and you continue to receive the abuse. That's where you're not happier than ever. That's where you're not free. That's where you can't laugh and you can't dance around in the rain. So this is the beautiful part about happier than ever. She is happier than ever because she was able to break free. So then at the very end of the video, there is a finality. It actually ends on the one. Hold on, that's the one. That's the resolve. You get all of these distorted, crazy sounds. And look, that is the part where she falls back into the water and then goes under the water. It's like when you are baptized and you come up as a fresh new person. I've been baptized twice, and however people feel about it, it doesn't really matter. But in my own personal experience, when you have a faith and a belief and you go under that water and you come back up, you feel like a new person. You feel spiritually and emotionally cleansed. And that's just the feeling that I get when she just falls back into the water. And as she's thanking herself for being able to get free and to move forward. It's a relief. And that is happier than ever. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, leave your comments in the comment section. I want to share dialogue and conversation with you. And again, you can check out the description section and contact me. And thank you for watching again. And I will see you soon. Please subscribe. Please like. I guess that helps the algorithm. And please share these videos. Okay, thank you. God bless. Have a good day. Bye-bye.